The wind blows gently here in the city of myth, with the sun on the rise. And if you stand at the highest point in which the castle that looms over this great city, you will know that there is an outer courtyard where erected are statues. And those statues are images of knights of the mythic order, knights of the past, heroes who have laid down their lives time and time again across history for the greater good of the kingdom. And as that wind gently blows and the sun on the rise and that golden light scattering across every inch of every district, two people stand and watch on the outlook here. One is Sergio Hammermight, leader of the Errant Knights, who wrings his hands impatiently, a bounce to his knee as he stares out with a very hard stare. The second man, one who has very shaggy, long hair, a knight by the name of Sir Eli. And he comes with a coat ready for travel on, and he joins Sir Levere. Were you given the instructions I had sent? And Eli simply nods. Good. Then make way to the Cartographer's mount. Take your cadre, complete what was asked. And with that, Sir Eli begins to take steps and walk away. And Sir Levi calls out one last time. And he says, remember, we must prevent things before they become inevitable. Let's introduce our cast here for today. My name is Eli. I am your oracle.
I'm Amanda, and I'm playing Sir Rose.
My name's Caleb James Miller, and I'm playing Cecil Odera.
I'm Sergio, and I'm playing Ashwyn.
My name is Zach, and I'm happy to confirm I'm still playing Cloudburst.
Cloudburst, you have a bit of words to share about what has happened over the last couple of days as you wrap up your time here in Sonder. What do you have?
I do. Okay. Hey, sunshine. I hope this message finds you somewhere peaceful, that your prayers feel heard and the air around you feels not only alive, but in harmony with your own breath. I am sure the eyes of your goddess look on your work with such great delight. And guess what? I'm back on the road again. Now, Shine, you are deeply familiar with the nature of my complex occupation, that as much as I adore to regale you with the dangerous days of a Shadowjack, I am bound to secrecy. And the thought of betraying the trust that I have built with my extensive list of high-ranking clients is one that over-ripens my heart to rot. But girl, get this! The Queen has given our errant of the hour, Sir Rose, permission to form cadre, in secret, for what, you might ask? To see about a man in Sonder. To check if he still likes the Queen, yes or no. Ooh. It was not just two on this urgent quest. The mouth of myth himself, Cecil Odera, and the fiery young mystic, Ashwyn, were also in the number. They were also coming down from a powerful drug trip as we speak. that's for later. You know I can never really mark time passing in the faces of friends, and everyone is well, everyone looks well, doing their best in this whole Doom fiasco. We're probably heading back now, and the only damage to report is some fiery words, one unfortunately cindered man, and a missing ceiling at the Black Cat. All else either quickly found its way to remedy or isn't worth remark. Except there is this Pesley gang, the Jackals, tormenting Sonder endlessly, and this 2 silver town's done absolutely nothing about it, even though they could use the cause for celebration. Everybody knows that silence itself is an answer, and those loudmouth jackals are distracting all ears and eyes from a basement full of venom. A woman drenched in red, about as pretty as the devil himself, is holding it all together. It's been weird, but I'm hoping for a little reunion with her. Even though I think I might be right that the Doom stuff is all just a crock of shit, I don't have any proof. And don't scorn me for my means, but I do have it on very good authority that opalescent snake venom is about as good for you as a copper nail to a lemon tree. That being said, it did make the skeptic see something. Something best kept far from pen and ink. And I know this stuff can bum you out, but if you take nothing from these letters of the distant theater of my life, take this. The only way to beat a prophecy might just be a dream. So sleep well. Hugs and kisses, Cloudburst.
It's still night here in Sonder, and some of you are holed up in a room, drinking mushroom tea and invoking dreams, while you, Rose, are outside tending to horses and getting ready for a ride if that is necessary. And you swear you saw something move behind this big house that you're standing outside of, or just down the way of. You wonder if that might be something worth looking into.
Oh, that is definitely something that catches my attention, and I'm gonna reach up and kind of pet on Last Hope one more time and whisper, "Keep your ears out." And I'm going to walk around, and at the same time, I'm gonna also pull out one of the whittled whistles I have, and I would like to think it's like around a leather cord, so it's going to be around my neck, and I'm just going to put it up to my lips as I'm not going to blow it yet, but basically like I think is it like an alarm kind of thing. Just if they do something, I'm going to bellow and think like a very loud shriek is going to come out, like one of those scary like those war whistles that goes, ah, that kind of whistle is going to come out.
Excellent. And you're moving towards the back of the house?
Yes.
Okay. By the time it takes you to get back there, you'll realize that there is a back way entrance into this house, and you'll see like the last like boot entering in, and the door closing behind.
I'm gonna draw my. I'm gonna grab my pistol. I'm gonna go in after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Abruptly, or
A little bit more stealthy.
You give it a beat. Grab your gun. And you go to push the door. The door's locked. So if you want to come in here, you're going to have to make an entrance.
All right. I'm going to, because if it's locked, I'm going to step back and I'm going to kick on that part of the door where the handle is, because it's also one of the weak spots, and I'm going to try to knock it down.
All right. Easy enough. You're a strong individual. You can kick that door open. Makes a loud noise, though. Cloudburst. You have your wits about you compared to the other three in the room in the house here. It's been quiet since you've been snooping and sneaking about. It's late. You do hear, though, a very loud bang at some point in the midst of you settling Ashwyn and Cecil here.
I'm gonna slip out the door and go towards the sound.
You slip out the door, you head towards the sound, but when you slip out the door, you notice that you're not alone. You too are snooping through the house. And you'll see two people walking up the stairs, and you guys clock each other. It's not Rose.
No.
It's not Rose.
It's another snooper. Well, then I snoop alone.
Yeah. But they're sneaking up the stairs, and they catch you. And you're both in that, like, moment, like two deer in the headlights, looking at each other. And then,
I'm so sorry. Do you know where I could find just like a towel with some cold water? I've got some people coming out of a bad trip, and I just want to make it easy for them.
Right. Yeah, I could help you. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. Where are you going?
Oh, we were just going down the hall, but that's the same way where you can get a rag.
Oh, great. Then I'll just stay with you. And now I will just publicly walk alongside these people.
Yeah, you're walking a little ahead of them. They're walking right behind you. You're going down the hallway the opposite way. You cross past Cecil and Ashwyn. As you guys go towards the back of the hallway here. I think at a certain point down the hallway, you hear a click.
A click?
Rose. You made that loud sound.
Yes.
Are you
At this
know
point, they know
the layout of, yeah, people know. Absolutely. Where are you going? You know the layout of the land. There's a couple of there's an area for the kitchen in the back here. There's the couple of offices and study rooms that were were let in to talk to Aster earlier. And you know that there's a nice little lobby area out front with that stairwell that goes up to the second floor. Where are you headed?
With gun in hand and also other hand on saber, ready to, just in case. I'm actually going to clear the kitchen first and then walk towards that office where we were signing earlier. I'm going to clear those, and basically I want to clear the room so no one's going to jump up behind me, and then clear the ground floor, go up.
If you go to the kitchen, you'll see that there's staff there trying to tend to a myriad of dishes that have been crashed onto the ground. As there was an issue earlier, but they seem preoccupied with what's going on with that. So preoccupied they didn't even really clock or note the banging of you walking in. No one in the study, no one in the other office. You enter into the lobby area. And you see a light from a room that seems to be casting from the hallway on the second floor.
I'm going to tent stealth as the objective. Well, cleared it up. I'm just going to go cautiously as I can and clear that and check in on my comrades to make sure they're okay. That's what I'm going to do. Just go up the stairs and see what I see.
Ashwyn and Cecil, you guys are coming down from some mushroom tea. I feel like sobering is on the horizon, give it a little bit of time. Though you're still sweating and feel that residual effect. But anything you two are doing, you saw Cloudburst leave. I imagine they mentioned that they're just going to check whatever that is out.
Ashwyn is on the edge of the bed, kind of rubbing his eyes, and then he does look around and notice that Cloudburst isn't there. Cloudburst, where'd they go?
Did you hear that big old bang just a second ago?
Oh,
Maybe they went to check it out.
I thought it was just in my head, but yeah, I guess so. And realizing that this is not a town to be not sober in, Ashwyn starts kind of getting himself together and getting ready to look for his comrades.
Listen, Ashwyn, before we go out there and make some trouble, I want to give you a piece of advice that's very important when you take drugs like this. You do not want to kill another human being while you're on these. It will be, perhaps, something that stays with you for the rest of your life.
I will take that advice wholeheartedly.
Good. So maybe keep the power word kills to a power word stun, yeah?
I don't really have that kind of ability, but I'll do my best.
Okay. Well, best we can do. They're going to need backup. And our prerogative here is to be so loud that Cloudburst can be quiet.
Okay?
All right?
I'll reach for the door and swing it open.
And you run into Rose when you do that.
At the same
I
time.
throw maybe the weakest punch of my life at Rose across the, like
The
a
chin.
bad hook across the bow.
Honest, I kind of.
Take that, you rough. Oh, Rose.
I am so sorry, Sir Rose.
It's all right. We gotta work on that punch a little bit.
Have you seen Cloudburst?
I'm gonna look down the hall. Down the hall. I just want to see where they're at. I'm like, they're not here. See if I can see them up on the second floor.
You look down the hallway. There is a
Yes.
bend to that hallway, so you don't see anybody. But if Ashwyn and Cecil tell you that they saw Cloudburst leave and you didn't see Cloudburst downstairs, might not be down the hall. It's the only place you haven't checked.
What else? How are you two? Are you guys all right still? I'm gonna touch both of you. Like,
Good enough.
You haven't seen Cloudburst?
no, they weren't downstairs.
That means those that came to hunt us are being hunted.
We're being hunted?
Somewhere in this building, Cloudburst is a predator among prey. And the caribou that stalk these hallways will soon meet their
You
maker.
know what? Can you check to see if Cloudburst is in the room that you got left in?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, Ashwyn, check too, because we need 2 sets of eyes in there.
Cecil, throws his shoulder into the door.
Ashwyn turns around and looks in the room they were just in. It's still
Right.
not here.
And then Sir Rose is just gonna walk down that hallway. Just walk down the hallway. I'll close the door behind them to leave them in the room, but then I'll walk down the hall.
Ashwyn, they got Sir Rose too. They're
Sure.
picking us off.
Mr. Odera, don't let your paranoia get the better of you. We hold on. We just need to find them. Let's go
Cloudburst.
downstairs.
Yes.
Okay.
Go downstairs. Excellent. You guys can definitely go downstairs. Cloudburst. You heard as you turned that corner, as you get to a more secluded part of this upper area, that sound of a gun being clicked, and you that familiar sound, one where you know that this is probably not staff.
It's probably not staff.
Probably not staff. And they're standing behind you.
Okay, I'm gonna turn around slowly, and we're gonna have a little meet and greet. How does that sound?
Do we really need a meet and greet? Somebody who's on the list?
A list? What? And I slowly turn around.
Yeah. It's dark here. There's no real light, but you squint and you look at some of the features. You recognize these two. They were definitely at the bar. Look like Jackals.
Oh, I recognize you too. Okay, well, I'm not looking to adopt a puppy right now, but I can surely find a good home for you if you'd like.
Oh, we're well taken care of. We're just doing our end, you know. It's nothing personal.
I don't think it has to be at all. And I'm gonna shoot first.
Absolutely.
Happens. Shoot first.
I do not have a very quiet. I don't have like a silencer gun. It's this like iron wrought thing that burst out of the chamber. It's called the Light Fantastic, and it sort of has this blue lightning sparkling from the inside of it. But they take it out and fire.
Beautiful. You fire a shot, immediately dropping your hands, pulling your gun out, and it hits the first person who has the gun drawn on you, and they crumple to the ground. Rose, you turn the corner here, just as that man hits the ground, but that bang echoed everywhere.
Without hesitation, I'm gonna without hesitation pull out bed of thorns, and it's just point blank to the head. Out.
You, before that other person even clocks you and turns around to point their gun, you fire instantly. Crash to the ground. 2 souls, 2 shots. A household beginning to wake up from all that noise.
You all right?
We gotta go. I'm
Oh,
fine.
yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
But we should go.
Yes. I'm gonna check the Jackals real quick to see if there's any extra, like, whether weapons or anything they have on them.
They definitely have both of their guns. They had daggers as well, and munition.
I'm gonna take that, and if they got anything in their pockets, I'm gonna just grab it and go.
Yeah, they were light
Ashwyn-
carry, yeah.
Ashwyn comes stumbling down the stairs after hearing the shot and sees the dead bodies, sees Cloudburst and Sir Rose.
Grab your bag.
Definitely worth being paranoid.
Grab your bags.
We're
Ashwyn,
gonna get out.
go grab your bags. Go with stuff. Grab Cecil. Cecil, where is he at?
Cecil comes stumbling down the stairs and points the Ballad of Cabot's Maid, his revolver into the sky, and points targets at no one that's there. I'll get you! Come on! Line them up, I'll take them down!
If you allow me, I can fireman shoulder him over my shoulder with the stuff and go down. If you guys grab the stuff, I'll grab Cecil and we'll leave.
Okay. You got a boy.
Yeah.
I get other boy and things and meet you outside by the horses.
Okay, Sir Rose, I like your style.
Just
I'm like
watch
a
my back.
mounted turret like this.
Right, just watch my back.
You just point me in the right direction, I'll take them out one by one.
All right.
Okay. Ashwyn, help me pack the room up, please.
Again, like rubbing the high out of my eyes and just going and grabbing everything, grabbing my poncho, throwing it on.
Yeah.
You guys move quickly as you can, but by the time you guys start grabbing bags, people are poking heads out, running around, trying to figure out what it is. By the time you get down to the stairs, there finally comes the screams as somebody found the 2 bodies that are up top, and lights are turning on. People are raising alarms, but you guys are just walking straight out the door.
Very sorry about that, and I'll throw a couple of gold coins on the bar table.
No. We don't like these people.
I feel bad for the people that own this establishment.
Just know that I'm gonna take lovely Cecil and just throw him over top of his account, like just right on top of his account right there.
We ride! Yeah! And I'm gonna shoot 2 into the sky.
No.
Oh wow! Save that. We might need some.
Hell yeah. And you're just
One sucks.
riding.
Yeah!
Excellent.
Sir Rose will make sure everyone gets on their horse, and then as soon as we can, we're hauling ass out.
Where's that goddamn redhead?
We are leaving without the artifact. It's less than optimal, but I suppose we have no choice.
Oh, wait. Where's the artifact? I thought we had it.
We took it with us?
You grabbed the
one in the
sub.
We got the box, right? Oh,
Yeah.
Do you?
If I
thought
recall,
we did.
you told me, Cloudburst, that you grabbed the poison, but not the artifact.
That's right. I did. That's right, because I couldn't grab a lot without being noticed. It was super hard. Okay.
Whoa. Do we need to
let's go
turn
back
around?
in.
I was just saying, we can't go back in.
We've made so much
Yes.
noise at this point.
Well,
I
it's
can't.
still all right, but we still got the element of surprise. That's the only reason I'm saying it.
Listen, if we don't have that artifact, then we can't find the missing piece that connects us to all this. So we need to find out whether they mean good or evil to any of us. And
I think we can assume evil.
but still, it's a secret to the dreams. The venom that talks to God. If we could sterilize it, then we could use it to find out about the doom. We gotta do this.
But the problem is we're all mostly spent. I'm not going to be much use, and we're basically going to have to raid the entire town for it. I think as much as I'd like to grab this artifact, we might have to live to fight another day.
Oh, God. Well, then we have to find the missing piece, at least. We need something in our back pocket that they don't have. They got one piece, we need the other, so that we can meet in the middle, kiss, and then kill that goddamn redhead.
I mean, yeah, as far as an order of ceremonies, I'm down for all of that, but we should probably at least report back on it first. It's better to come back alive with info than in a bag.
I agree.
Right. To the queen.
You guys ride out into the desert, out of Sonder, in any direction that matters, as long as you're away from the town. And eventually, when the sun starts to peek over the sky and you start feeling the heat rise in the barren waste, Sonder will be just kind of a blip and a dot. You guys can start making your way home.
May I ask, can we stop and visit Ep real quick?
Yes, we have a bottle to deliver, as I understand.
Thinking about those beans. I understand, Ashwyn.
Yeah, that's
To be fair, I am kind of hungry. It's the middle of the night.
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
You guys can ride, keeping pace until you hit those hillsides again, where you found Ep. He's not at the one spot that where you initially, but give a meandering around the hillside here. You'll find him again, stirring beans in a pot, whistling a tune, carefree. Don't even realize that you guys are coming out of some trouble, but he'll see you all there, and he'll be surprised to see you. So soon. I thought you guys were going to be in Sonder for a lot longer.
Well,
Our business was brief.
We got to missing you, Ep. We thought we might come back for a little visit. Plus, we come with tidings.
Oh.
bring the bottle that we stole from the Black Cat.
Yep.
Just claps his hands, says, well, why are you all standing around? Sit. Let's celebrate this auspicious occasion of your triumphant, what did you get there? What is that?
Something I think only the true grittiest motherfuckers drink. Moscato.
That'll have to do. He just gets like 10 cups. Starts pouring them into the cups.
Now, Ep, I know that you say that all you need is a good drink, but I also brought you some supplies, some medical supplies, anesthetic and gauze, in case you ever hurt yourself. I know it can be rough out here, and I'll hand him a small satchel of things I asked Sir Rose to grab for me, and hand them over to Ep.
Oh, well, that's mighty kind. You're gonna make a man tear for those generosities. Thank you.
Well, there's tissues in there in case you do tear.
Wow. He starts rummaging through it, pulls out the tissue. Fancy stuff. Puts it back in there, closes it off.
Now, Ep, I don't mean to ask more of you, but I learned something interesting while I was in town, and I'll look at the others, realizing I haven't quite shared this with them. But have you ever heard of the Pet Keeper? This wandering mage who's always looking for bones? I think I might be in the market to meet them if you've heard of anything of them.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I've heard of Pet Keeper. He likes to wander around here south. I've seen him time again. Just out there by his lonesome. Well, actually, he's not really alone. Yeah, I know about him.
No trajectory, no consistent place where we could find him?
start heading a little bit west, there is another canyon area down there. A lot of old ruins from time far gone. Apparently a good place for picking bones. That's where I know he likes to frequent, at the very least.
Out southwest. That's good enough. I appreciate the intel.
Yeah. Besides, I imagine an old mystic from myth will be willing to chat with you. I know Petkeeper keeps to himself.
I certainly hope so, and I'll turn to the others and say, the redhead told me this.
I guess convenient that all signs point west as of late. Cloudburst's visions, the redhead's suggestion on a mage, and the Thronebreaker.
Convenient or destiny?
Well, let's not wait around for three ravens to tell us.
Are we staying here for the night, or are we moving towards Myth? It's late. Or maybe so late it's early.
It's probably best to just keep moseying along.
I worry that the Jackals are hot on our scent, and we bed down long enough, they'll give another bite.
We don't need to get it mixed in our business, so it honestly probably be for the best if we do keep it moving.
Completely agreed, Sir Rose. Ashwyn, what's your pick with this mage? Just trying to get information off a redhead there, or?
Partially that. Partially, I was honest with her and said that I'm looking for the ability to stop what's coming. And she offered the pet keeper up. If it ends up being useful for us, that's good. And if not, maybe we better learn what her plan is. Maybe the pet keeper's in cahoots with her. I'm not sure, but it's west, like you said.
I worry that a woman working with the venom the way she does, all of her solutions look like that. Good chance that this fellow is a nuclear option.
Certainly hope that's not really the case, but a wandering road mage is their own island. Not often are they dedicated to one thing or another, so let's hope that he's just an independent source of information.
Well, I am in the business of seeing you meet your mentors. It was very good for me to get to know as many Taleweavers as I could in my time, and maybe the old man will have something for you besides some chicken bones.
Ashwyn kind of gets Roach ready and mounts it.
Ashwyn, I actually have a question for you. How would you, because after when we get to Myth and I drop this off, I told you I would take you to help you form your cadre to go to, that was more north.
The Mount, yeah.
But you want to now possibly go southwest. So I don't want to be one to break my word, but I need to know, this is your, how would you like to handle that?
If push comes to shove, I'd rather head to the Cartographer's Mount, but it's good to know where we can find the pet keeper.
Okay. All right.
If you
There's
take
also...
You guys would know. You guys would know on traveling that you could potentially seek the pet keeper on the way home. It would just require a wider berth south and maybe a little bit of time on your travel back. But it is a stop on the way, so it wouldn't necessarily be an inconvenience.
It would throw the Jackals off our scent.
Yeah,
exactly.
Surely you're not going straight to the Cartographer's Mount from here.
Actually, that's a good idea and point. Now that I see it on the map here, what you were pointing out, it would actually be a little bit smarter if we did take a little bit of a longer route, especially the way we left. All right, we can do that.
Peacekeeper first, then Myth, then the Mount.
Sounds good to me.
Good for me.
Let's do it.
All right. You guys say your goodbyes to Ep, and Ep will just get back to his fire and his beams, and you guys continue to ride, doing a wide kind of circle out westward as you guys make your way north, heading home to Myth. It'll take time to get into the direction in which Ep told you, and it'll be well into the day by the time you reach for those canyons. And the sand, the earth underneath you is just baking and it's hot. And you'll see it just in the haze in the distance, what looks to be a small patch of canyon here. Apparently where bones can be found.
The safest way down, if no one else minds, I'm going to go ahead and take Glass Help and kind of lead and go down the canyon, but I'm also going to take the side of the canyon that has the most shade, because if we're getting that much heat, I want to make sure that we don't get like heat stroke or something like that. So I want to try to get the most shaded, safe, and lead the path in.
Yeah. You kind of lead the pack and everybody kind of trails behind. You'll find a trail path in, one that can give you a bit of comfort and shade, at least patches from the heat. And it's a lot cooler once you start moving deeper down.
Ashwyn is scanning around looking for signs of large litters of bones, or maybe skeletons that are missing bones, evidence of the pet keeper.
Yeah, you'll travel further in. You'll come across small little plateaus and areas, even caves. There are a littering of different kinds of animals, anything that range from aviators to little small lizards, things of that you would find out here in the desert. There are often pieces missing from those skeletons. Sometimes they're just one little remnants just left behind, but it looks like scavenging, somebody picking pieces and taking what they need and leaving the rest behind for another scavenger to find.
I think Ashwyn will stop at something, a skeleton that is whole, and maybe take a skull from it, something small like a rodent or a bird, and he'll pocket that skull, hang on to it.
Hell yeah! I think you'll find a skull of a falcon, and you find it and pick up the head of it, just the top part of it, no lower jaw, but something you can take with you. Absolutely.
Keep your eyes out. We don't know anything about this person, but maybe they're caves or something that they say.
I'm just going to keep going further until, keep scanning, keep it safe as possible.
You guys will keep winding down. Eventually you do reach a place where the trail gets a much more wider berth. You kind of gotten at least towards more or less the bottom here. There's a couple more plateaus that lead you to what looks to be a dried out riverbed that cuts through this canyon. But the area that you find yourself at, you will find you'll find a series of caves. There's 3 or 4 that are scattered about here, all in kind of a circle. These tunnels don't seem necessarily naturally made. This wasn't the earth making it. Something tunneled and burrowed these tunnels open, as far as you can kind of tell, and that definitely raises a touch of concern. But I think as you guys are taking a look at this area, assessing the situation, let's see, Cecil, You're probably trailing behind on Viscount compared to the others. You'll hear something rattling behind you, and coming out from like this bend in the back, you'll see it looks like a skeleton just moving on its own, and the rattle comes from the bones grinding up against each other. The closest thing you would be able to describe this creature is chimera-like, given that it seems to be the pieces of many kinds of bones all structured together. It looks to be like a wild cat. It's got wings on the back of it that is attached to the back, from an eagle or some type of large predator bird. It's got almost like this serpentine-looking tail, and a point that looks more like a scorpion than anything else, but it kind of creeps there along. You can see this green fire in the eye sockets of this creature, and that fire kind of moves down the neck towards the center of the rib cage, where it's almost like a heart, and you can feel that fire. You can see that fire just kind of beating, and it's just stalking you guys from behind.
I think I found the first of his pets, and I'm gonna turn and point out to the rest of the cadre, and then put his hands up.
You take that knee, you present this skull, you make that request. You'll see the cat head just kind of like rattle and then like slowly like crick to the side as it like tries to cant its head. But then you see it like raise its gaze past you guys, because you guys kind of moved backwards to address this creature. And when you turn around, Ashwyn, on this kind of little precipice kind of standing above the area where you're standing, you'll see somebody standing there. They're wearing these very large, oversized robes that kind of cover all the way down to his knees, where you can't really see his body. His face is very leathery, and his beard is just white and kind of scraggly. He's got this long staff, and on the top of that staff is an owl's skull on it, with these very large brass rings that kind of loop beneath it. He's kind of crouched crouched over, holding the staff up high, and then next to him is some bird-like creature made completely out of the bone, same as him. It has 4 wings. The beak is rather long compared to its lower jaw, but it still has that same green fire in the eye sockets, the thumping fire in its chest, and you just see him just like wave.
Hail, well met. I'm Ashwyn, the Tide's Rage, a mystic of myth. I've come looking for you, along with my cadre, and I'll gesture to the others.
Rose will lift up the bloody hand that has all the spikes from when they held the gun.
And what could possibly a cadre need from Lowick the Pet Keeper, I wonder?
Lolwick. We come from Sonder. We were there on business of myth. Would you be willing to come down and speak with us in private, so we aren't yelling across the canyon?
You'll see Lulick stand up, and he just takes like this one step off the precipice, and he goes, and he just like almost free falls for a second, but that bird takes flight and kind of like sails down, catches him just at the end so that he just lands more safely down. And then you'll see Lulick kind of crouch himself up. You can hear like the cricking of his back as he straightens up, and he raises the staff over his head in a stretch, and then starts walking towards you guys.
I'll present my gift to him, the falcon's skull, to add to your collection.
It is good to know that the mystics of myth do keep their rituals and decorum intact. He holds the skull and then just sticks it into his robes casually.
When was the last time you visited Myth?
He tightens his jaw at the question, but says, too long to remember, long enough to forget.
Petkeeper, I'm here because, as you probably know, our world is dying. And though the mystics of myth impress upon us young mystics the importance of decorum, they aren't very good at fighting to keep this world alive. But I want to. I want to do what I can. I spoke to a red-headed woman in Sonder, one that we suspect has ill intentions for myth. Do you know of her? Anastasia was her name. And I'll study his face to see if he has a reaction.
There's a recognition in his face, and he will respond truthfully. The snake charmer. Yes, I know of her. Wanders the waste down south.
So she's a road mage like you?
In a way, but one that prefers to move from town to town and stay a while, make their mark, and then move onward.
I was perhaps more honest with her than I should have been, and I mentioned my desire to find some kind of power that would allow me to help reverse the fate of this world. And she pointed me in your direction, as if you would know something, a place of power or an item that is worth seeking out. And so that's why we're here. You seem reluctant to answer.
Just recognizing one's clever ploy, I suppose. The serpent has been seeking answers from bones and has not been given so she seeks to find it from others, it would seem.
You suspect that she maybe sent me out here to learn from you and then take it from me?
Perhaps. You both seek the same thing.
Perhaps. We don't consider ourselves part of her intentions, though. We hope to have pure intentions of saving this world. Anything that you can offer, any knowledge you've learned out here in the desert could possibly help us. We intend to head eventually to the Cartographer's Mount.
When you mention the Cartographer's Mount, that definitely does pique his interest. Lowick is going to nod at all of what you've mentioned. He's going to usher you guys to follow him. Our conversation can use a bit of shade and comfort. Might as well get out of this heat, and he'll lead you off to one of the caves here where it does seem like he's residing there. You'll see a scattering of piles of different kinds of bones just off in the distance. A couple of tomes and scrolls that he has off, and just a mat area where he sleeps. It's nothing fancy. It does seem like he just spends a lot of his time traveling or on his lonesome, making his little creations here. But he'll offer you at least a place to sit down for a moment in this cave with him while he goes over and crouches and picks through the bones to grab a few things.
I'll look to my allies for recognition that everything's going well.
I'm gonna, in one of the bags, we still kept the bottom half of the snake that was still there. So in the meantime, I'm gonna try to skin it, and I'm gonna basically just kind of leave the bones, maybe some meat behind, basically skin it so I could be like, here you go as an extra thank you. Maybe that will sweeten the pot a little bit.
You will, if you guys give Loic a beat, he'll eventually come back with just handfuls of bones in his hands of all sizes and kinds. He just kind of sits down cross-legged in front of you guys. He begins to cup his hands over the bones, and he starts to shake them in his hands. And he whispers something to the bones, and you can see this little fire that glows on the inside as he rattles those bones. And eventually he'll just cast the bones onto the ground, and you hear it just clatter around in all different places. They just show up they just land on different faces and sides and stuff like that. You'll see what looks to be like spine bones from different creatures, little tiny bones from wings, teeth even, and then you'll just see him just like sit like hunched over like a little goblin, just like putting his hands on the bones and whispering things to himself. And you just watch this mystic work. Cartographer's mouth, you say. And he looks at you. To seek a power that lies in the mountains. There's a part in the Cartographer's mouth, and he kind of like points to this particular like stretch of rib bone. There is a pass there. There's a pass there, and in that pass, there is a cave. And where that leads is to what you seek. For there are many things buried in that mountain.
Something buried. Like bones or something else?
Bones, yes. The mountain is treacherous, and many do not find their way out of it. But there is knowledge there. Places where many like us seek to keep away for a time that seems relevant. And it seems that it is, as he continues to just marvel at this one particular bone. But be wary, there are other things going on in that mountain. There are things deeper, ones that spark fire and create hearth at its base. You can definitely find what you seek, but there are things deeper if you seek it as well.
Trying to appear more confident and more experienced than he maybe really is, Ashwyn kind of sits up a little bit and says, I know the secret name of fire, so I am not afraid. But I will be wary, as you warn.
Fire is very old, older than time, and there are things even more powerful that invoke fire. And use the same words in that mountain. The most important thing, though, is you'll need a roamer for this. You need one who is familiar with the cradle like it is the back of their hand. If you wish to be successful, you cannot lead this charge on your own.
A roamer, someone who knows the area, you said. I'll look to the others. Anyone you immediately know that might know that area?
Roamers go everywhere. App was a roamer. But we can look around. We could find somebody. Unless you recommend one. Pet keeper.
He thinks for a moment. I cannot be for certain if this individual remains in the city. He moves around looking in the bones as if he's searching for a name. But if he is, and he might be, and he points to this very small sliver, his name is Ashwyn. I know he's a roamer from the mountains, and does arrive at the city from time to time. He's allowed to be there still.
Calwyn. Interesting. I don't recognize the name, but I'm sure we can ask around for them.
Would I know them at all?
Cecil,
being from the city?
Yes, Cecil, you would know Calwyn. Calwyn is a roamer that hails from a mountain town in the Cartographer's mount. Travels within that region. He's probably crossed paths a time or two. He's known as a guide, and he's also known for his gambling.
Well, if anyone could take us there, Calwyn would be our man. He knows the area better than any other roamer. And he is in the city, in a manner of speaking. He's in the gambling dens. Should be easy to find him.
It should be easy for you to speak to him.
Of course, we'll just have to beat him at cards first.
Well, you are a resident expert on that.
I will do my best.
Just make a pit stop in the other districts where some of that's placed, but alright.
Pet Keeper, may I ask, this place of power deep in the mountains of Cartographer's Mount, it really could stop the doom?
It's never been done before. Kind of pulls at his, we all know, words of prophecy. You know, it's binding power. But who's to say?
We have learned recently, Cecil and I, that dreams are the only thing that can end prophecy. Have you ever heard of that?
It's a very small belief amongst mystics. While we hold word to high regard, sometimes it's said dreams could transcend such powers, given how it moves through people, and even dreams can become words in the end.
Ashwyn feels kind of invigorated after speaking with this hermit who still seems to, have some kind of intentionality as opposed to the bureaucracy of myth, and he just kind of smiles at his allies. This is the best news we've received in a while.
Yeah.
It's a lead, certainly.
Definitely something.
We thank you for the information. We've given you gifts, but we are also obviously got quite a lot of traveling ahead of us. If you have a message that you would like us to pass on to anyone in these areas, we might as well.
Oh, well, kind as that might be, there is no words I have to depart on others along the way, and certainly not back at Myth.
I understand.
Petkeeper, I don't want to ask this out of place, but would you be willing to trade one mystic to another? I know the secret words of fire, and water, and truth. Could I learn a secret word from you, and I could share you one of mine?
Lowick will nod, and in that he will collect the bones that he just used and puts them in a bag, and he will teach you the sacred word of bones. And he will tell you that the bones know, as he hands you that bag.
I will share with him the secret word of water and how in the desert here, without any resources, one can procure it using that word to live more peacefully or comfortably, at least.
Hell yeah. With that, here in the desert, you know that water is found deeper into the earth, and it's about how one pulls water in places where it is found. So when teaching him the words of water, it'll be in the form of watching water seep out from the ground freshly. Little sprigs and springs that can be made for one to be able to survive in such a harsh and barren place. And now Petkeeper will at least be able to carry water with him or bring water to him when and where he needs it. Very kind gesture in the exchange.
Thank you, sir. If you ever need anything of us, send a raven to, or one of your pets to Myth, and we'll happily follow and check on you.
He'll nod, like pat his staff onto the ground to kind of indicate the finality of your guys' trade and information that you guys can be sent on your way to continue on to get us home as quickly as possible. And with that, you guys can ride out of the canyons here and put your sights north. The travel will be easy for you all. You will have to bunker down eventually, and watch will not provide any problems. But if there is any conversations you need to have on the way home, you absolutely can have them, just to mark them. But if not, you'll arrive back home to Myth 2 days' time.
I think just quickly, once we leave, I just want to, at the depth of a mountain, there's a great hearth and fire. Did that give volcano to anyone else?
Yeah.
Didn't until now.
A volcano's possible. I think it might be something else, something powerful. There are creatures that emit fire, live in it. That's what I'm worried about, not the volcano.
I see.
But if you think about it, it's just whatever we need is possibly in the cave or in there, but not too deep, because that's where something dwells.
Okay.
Let's hope we don't have to dig too deep, yes. But Cloudburst, I don't know if you noticed their mention aligned much with the visions you said you had while under the poison's effect.
I did. The venom did all of that, and I'm still not 100% sure what it means, other than West is good and Carcass is salty. The doom is coming. I want to be more helpful about them, but I'm honestly more disposed to forget they ever happened. Really? Other than the hope they bring, I think they're a valuable tool, but they're not my visions. They are the product of venom.
I'll look at Cecil, knowing that he might not necessarily feel that they're not her visions, even though she had them, or he had them.
No, They're meant to be in our hands, and they mean something, and it's not lost on me how close that imagery comes to what the pet finder gave to us. But I'll also be lying if I didn't say that I'm worried for what's down there. These things have equal and opposite reactions to each other, and something as strong as he's implying down there, I just worry for the consequences that come with a thing like that.
All things that we are going to encounter in our adventures together are going to present some kind of challenge. We simply have to be up for it.
Absolutely. I just hope we make the right decision when we come to it, when we understand what's in front of us. This is only going to get harder for all of us, and we're going to be tempted to make sweeping decisions for everyone. We have to make sure we get this right.
I agree with you. Then if the next, then it looks like the next steps is let's return to Myth. I'll deliver my letter, and then we go and find our Calwyn, if you will.
We should ask the Queen if she knows anything of what she wrote to Sonder about as well. Maybe she could give us some idea of where he's supposed to be looking. Two birds, one stone, find the missing piece of the artifact and what's down in that mountain.
Anything that can keep Myth and prevent anything, I do agree that we do need to present that to the Queen. Anything to
Rose,
prevent. Yes.
You're comfortable talking to the Queen above the table. I mean, I'm somewhat close with Sir Dist. We can make sure that everyone's telling the truth.
Really?
I have my allies in Myth as well that I can reach out to and tell them what I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm agreeing with that. If you want to come with me, Cloudburst.
I wasn't particularly meaning that.
I thought that's what you meant. I misunderstood then.
I mean, I'll go with you if you need someone to go with you, but
you don't have to.
Our time together is usually not in
That's
court.
what I was confused. I apologize.
It was one time, but it was like his birthday, so.
I wouldn't mind speaking with the Royal Highness myself. I think it's about time someone opened her eyes to the idea that everyone should know what she knows. I think she's still under the impression that this prophecy might be a little less than real. I think we need to open her eyes.
I can't. Well, I mean, I can't stop you. You can more than happily come along.
Perfect.
Yes.
We could definitely take that in stride once we get back to the city limits. Still have 2 days worth of ride, but regardless of that, eventually you guys will see in the distance as you guys make your way after 2 days headed north, the city of Myth. And with that, we'll take our break here and we'll come back in a couple of minutes and see what happens once we return home. So we'll see you in a bit.
All right.
You all have been riding north from Sonder after spending several days down there. But as you ride this cadre of 4, you will finally make it home beyond the gates here in the outer part of our city, but eventually working towards the very same stables you guys had started this journey, where you guys can give your horses a break, fresh water, hay, and care, and then make your way into the city. You have business to take care of. What business do we take care of first now that we're home?
We have Calwyn and the Queen.
If you don't mind, I'd just like to get this delivered as soon as possible and get this out of my charge.
Yeah, I don't know how smart it'd be to make the queen wait.
Let's agree that if we're going to go our separate ways for now, we can meet maybe this evening in the central courtyard.
Sure, yeah. Let's meet there, just about sundown. We all take a little mosey. I'll go with Sir Rose up to the court, and maybe we all come back together for Caldwin, or would the two of you like to knock that out?
We can do it together.
Okay.
Yeah. That works for me.
Don't get bit by any snakes.
One time, and I was on watch. Had I not got bit, it would have bit y'all. So really, you're welcome.
I'm just saying, you picked the one time to be bit by a snake to be bit by the snake.
And I'm iconic that way, I think.
I would agree with that on all accounts, but let's be iconic and alive. Iconic and dead is less fashionable.
I agree.
All right.
Okay, to the queen.
Two of y'all are heading to court, right?
Yes.
And then Ashwyn, where are you heading?
Ashwyn is going to go to where he knows Sifa the Grey, his closest ally in town. Sir Sifa is. He wants to go speak with them.
Beautiful. I'll send you that way. And then Cloudburst, were you going to court, or do you have business elsewhere?
I'm going to court, but I'm going to talk to Sir Dist, which can happen after the queen, because he'll probably be next to her.
Yeah, it depends on if you want to be at court or not. That all depends to you. All right. Rose, you have business to settle. You have been given task, and that task is not completed until return response is held in the hands of Queen Sonder. So you guys head from the lower districts here in the outer reaches of the city of Myth, and you work your way upward and inward until you arrive at court. You pass that outer courtyard where you'll see statues of heroes of myth looming here, looking out amongst the city. Anyone from any part of the district can see those statues just lingering, a reminder that this is a city of heroes, and they are not forgotten so long as we're willing to remember them. But you guys move inward into court, and find yourself in the same hall, Rose, in which you were given said task. Again, empty. Just three of you there as you wait after giving word that you have returned with message.
If you... Cloudburst, just don't take anything. I'm kidding. Sorry. I was trying something new.
There's nothing in here. Everything is made out of stone or 600 years old. If I want things that are 600 years old, I'll go home. I don't want the queen stuff. Now he's all huffy.
If you want something 600 years old, you might want the pet keeper's staff. That thing looked ancient.
It's incredible. Clearly, he loves his things very much. I must respect that.
I do.
Terrifying little creature, that road mage. I don't want to say it to him lest I turn into a toad myself, but
it was that scorpion tongue. No, that scorpion stinger. That in the end, that's what kind of did. I was like, oh, that was a choice.
Hey, I don't know what it is that Ashwyn has planned with dealing with an individual like that, but God. At least the boy's got a bright enough head on him to know more than I do.
I am.
As you guys are kind of chatting in the wait, eventually you'll see guards of the castle arrive, and shortly after you'll be met with three individuals. One being Queen Sonder, who kind of is in the center of this three. And on either side of her, you'll see Sir Dis, Cloudburst, a familiar face. He's got short short hair here, brown hair, a mustache with a little goatee. A slightly shorter individual, but just taller than our queen here. But he has that kind of amusing smile on his face when he realizes that you're here amidst the crowd. The other one, Sir Rose, you would know who this individual is. This is Levere Hammermite, leader of the Order of the Errant Knights of Myth. He has short gray hair, a very stern look to him, mustache beard situation, very thick coat around his shoulders, and that great sword at his hip.
I'm gonna immediately go ahead and drop down to my knee, getting like in that bow motion. Whether they do or not, I don't care.
I will follow with a big deep bow and then fall to my knees.
Your Highness, and I'm going to reach under my my piece, and I'm going to go ahead and extend the letter. And be like, I have the response that you requested.
You approach. It's Sir Dis who takes the first steps to you, and not Queen Sonder. And he will take the letter from you and take those steps back to fall kind of in line with everyone here. Queen Sonder will speak up as he takes those steps back. I entrust that the journey was not so troublesome. That you all returned safely.
No worse than wares. As I look at Cloudburst.
All warm bodies here.
Good. Mr. Odera. Very interesting to find you amongst this cadre for such a menial task.
Well, it's good to see you as well, Your Royal Highness. And I think that you and I are both under the understanding that anything you ask one of us to do is anything less than menial. Especially if you're asking Sir Rose to do it. It's of the most importance. And of course, she trusts my insight and thought that maybe it would be good to have someone to bullshit along the side of the road here in Sonder. How have you been, milady?
I fare well. More interested in your thoughts and your words. You still tell stories, I assume.
Oh, I never stopped. Although, as of late, it's been one prominent concept, I would say. But hey, that's on the tip of everybody's tongue.
I do realize that, especially as years wane on, we get particularly obsessed with few things. Especially what you have your interest on. Tell me, how was the road? You must have your thoughts already recollect of your time to Sonder and back. What do you take away from your time there down south?
Well, the road was lacking in activity and rich in fortune. My queen, we were met with portents in number. I am being met with signs that cannot be ignored. And to top it all off, as much as my colleagues would like you to be believing that there were no stumbles in the road, we almost lost one of us to opalite venom. As you know, as well as I do, bring on visions. And in a time like this is the language that we keep. I cannot, in good conscience, step before you and not speak to the fact that I believe the doom is a credible threat. And real, palpable. And I do believe that something is wrong in Sonder, but I believe you already knew that. Thank you for allowing me to speak candidly and inviting my voice here in this chamber. I know that it is not often that I am called upon, so I would like to make it count. I loved your husband. He was a fantastic man of honor. And he too was king. I only seek to help you, Your Royal Highness.
As you say that, especially when it comes to adding on your opinions with the Doom, the moment you do that, that's where you can sense already the closing of the soul there as she tightens up. Always as, and she turns to both Sir Hammermite and Sir Dis and says, always, ever the candid one. Mr. Odera, I appreciate your ever thoughts, but if we leaned on every opinion of Taleweavers, we would find ourselves always running and chasing the stories along. So I will consider that, especially with whatever Aster has responded with. What about you, Rose? Sir Rose? How did you fare? Was it the same in the opinions of Mr. Odera, or do you have more insight?
I can't dispute that there is something wrong in Sonder. There is... Unfortunately, the law has not held up its standards, and a lot of our people are being taken advantage of a group called the Jackals. Unfortunately, before we left, they tried to do something, an attempt on Cloudburst and a couple of our cadre's lives, and that's one of the reasons why we returned so quickly back here. I don't mean to bring you bad news, but that is something that you should be aware of.
We believe these actions to be perpetrated by a rogue Rhodes mage, a woman called the Snake Charmer, who sent a beast after our friend. And I personally, though I cannot speak for the rest of the cadre, believe her to be poisoning the ear of your constituent, Aster. Or at least working in league. I believe there's a good chance the turncoat is turning coat again.
How unfortunate. Sir Rose, what do you recommend, given the state, a fair response to what you found in Sonder?
They're still part of myth. They still deserve the protection. There is some there could be more to it, this roan mage, and believe that she could be in ties with other that are very anti-myth.
Your Majesty, there's proof of such things. The snake charmer, Anastasia, is her name. She's been in myth before and has been in cahoots with members of your court before. There was an unfortunate espionage mission that happened shortly before the passing of the king that went badly, but also before it went badly included witnessing this woman. The parts in isolation don't present much of a threat, but the fact is that they're all moving together. And exactly as Cecil and Rose has said, that makes it a huge threat.
When you start speaking, Odera will kind of look to Hammermite, and they make this eye glance together, and look back at all of you. Well, the crown is always is grateful for your service, your insight, and we will figure out how to respond to what you have seen and what we'll find as she looks to Sir Dis, who still holds the letter unopened, to what was spoken by Aster. And we'll see that Sonder has its needs met and resolved in its time. Well, if there's nothing else,
thank you very much for your time.
Your Royal Highness, I believe that there is something else, actually. I don't mean to speak out of turn, but I believe that we just need to lay this out. Listen, there is more to be done here. And I think that maybe you should loop us into what it is that you're trying to accomplish out in Sonder, and maybe we can assist in those promises. Listen, you see something too. I know how you move. I know how your husband moved. I probably know how the boy moves, although give me a couple decades. You are keeping things under a veil that doesn't need to be within this group. We want what's best for Myth, and if you let us in, we can help. What is it that you're trying to do? And how can we help? The people out there are begging for some kind of sign that we're at least considering that this is real. Let us help you give them that. At least until the boy is ready.
I appreciate your concern, Mr. Odera, but those who are helping us move forward are helping, and you have played your part in the matter. All things come in time, but for now, it's not yours.
The omens disagree, my lady, but I will always act in the interest of your court. I apologize for overstepping my boundary.
She will move first and leave, followed by Hammermite. Sir Dis will kind of linger for a moment, doesn't say anything, but kind of gives like a cursory look to all three of you, last to Cloudburst, give a very subtle smirk about it, and turn to follow the rest of them, and they leave you once again by yourself in this hall.
Caliban would have never done this.
Well, she didn't give me another assignment, so...
I think that went very well. I see the looks on your faces, but I don't quite understand them.
We're in the dark.
Yep.
We're on the outside, and they're going back in.
We're always on the outside. I had to tell you that.
Yeah. Well, we didn't used to be, Sir Rose. Used to be you and I were intense, and when we spoke, we were listened to, and when we had an inkling, it was trusted.
Unfortunately,
they're gonna erect
change. Things change.
They're changing,
including
too
us.
fast.
Yeah,
My friends, very little has changed. You are still, and don't ever say this again, the best knight I know, and you the best Taleweaver. We have our connections, and just like you said, we're in the dark, which means they can't see us either. Let's figure this out.
Yeah, you're right. We just have to trust that she'll be okay with us doing this on her own.
It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
I say it. Should I have mentioned the Thronebreaker in that area? But I wasn't sure if that would...
You know what? Let's keep that one in our back pocket.
That's what I was thinking, to be honest.
One less thing she'd forbid us from doing.
Yeah.
But
But
I think that we ought to follow our boy and see where Ashwyn takes us. Seems
Like I
like
said, I
old
wasn't-
cornflake might know the best way through.
I wasn't given an assignment. That was my. So as far as I'm concerned, I am available.
Oh, that is so good to hear, Sir Rose. I was so worried I was going to have to do another little pep talk to get you marching with me.
Like I said, I did everything that was asked of me, and I delivered the letter. I gave my report.
Okay.
She didn't give me any other thing but to dismiss me. So, as a knight, I have to live up to Cloudburst standards, because god dang, that was a little high praise. But it's like, okay.
You know, when Cloudburst does speak, it holds a lot of weight in that room.
I won't
See the way
lie.
her eyes came alight the second that she realized Cloudburst was in the room?
Oh, I saw.
Okay. People like information. I have information.
The spy speaks, and suddenly the room fills with a kind of fog that becomes conversation.
Ooh.
The description.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Eyes connected between royalty and this, the underbelly of our government. The secret dagger at the end of her royal sleeve.
Keep
I'm gonna
going.
start walking away from the two of you.
Ashwyn. Ashwyn, you decided to not follow the rest of your cadre to court to exchange words with the crown. You decided to go to maybe more humbler places, down where you might find your mentor, a friend of yours that here in the city, Sifa the Grey. The last time you saw Sifa was when you petitioned the Mystic Order for permission to go to the Cartographer's Mount, and was denied. But you'll find her here in this small park that's nestled where the Mystic Order resides at here. It has a small pond there, and Sifa is just enjoying a leisurely afternoon, watching the water here and the bouts of ducks and geese that kind of eventually land and disturb the still waters here. Just sits there casually.
Come up behind them and politely say, I've come to take court with the infamous beast slayer of myth. And I see that they continue to hone their craft with the ducks and the swans of the lake.
Oh, crafty are those ducks and swans. They always look so beautiful, but they have such ill intention underneath. You always have to be cautious and careful to see through such illusions.
Ill intention of swans, my good sir, you are quite paranoid. And I'll kind of step to the side so they can better see me.
I see you returned from your travels. How was Sonder?
At the mention of my mission, Ashwyn drops all kind of formality and becomes almost like a young kid in his excitement, sitting next to Sir Sifa. It was wonderful. The most incredible adventure I think I've ever been on so far, at least. There was gunplay, and there was someone got poisoned, and we learned all kinds of secrets about the leaders of Sonder. I killed a man, but it was only out of self-defense. They were meant to harm us. Oh, Sir Sifa, I've learned quite a bit, and I don't know where to begin. Well, perhaps I'll start at the most obvious. I have a sneaking suspicion that the leader of Sonder, Aster, he's in cahoots with this person, this woman named Anastasia, a redhead, some kind of roaming mage. We were able to deduce that they might be creating some kind of poison out of snake venom. And they have an artifact. Cloudburst was able to find it. But I don't think they have every piece of the artifact, so they're not able to quite use it yet. And then I spoke with the road mage, the pet keeper, Lolwick, that was his name. He spoke of of a power to the west by Cartographer's Mount. Just like I said, just like I told the council. He said to go there to find a power that maybe could help. And I'm just kind of searching Sir Sifa's eyes to see if anything jumps out at them or if they seem as excited as I am.
She definitely follows along in the passion and the excitement that you bring of telling your accounts of your adventure here, almost like one who gets to revel in the moments of youth, and reminisce even on their own accounts of being just as young, passionate, and willing to give everything to whatever task has been given to you. There is a shift to the wariness when you move back to the Cartographer's mount. Not in a way that is like this is a problem for you. She's always heard you out in regards to it. It's more of a wariness of concern, knowing that the Cartographer's mount is a very dangerous place, and that it seems to be just the thing that you just simply cannot let go. And yet you have somehow found another way that points you towards that mountain. With all of that and the accountment from the pet keeper, I assume again you seek a way to west in the mountains.
I still do. Regardless of whether the council gives me permission, I believe I have formed a cadre that is willing to go with me. Tell me, is there anything you know about the Cartographer's Mount? You're a great lore master. Surely there's a legend of some kind that can point me in the right direction.
The Cartographer's Mount is one of many legends. That mountain has withstanded time, as they say, and many stories have found their way. The most notable is that of the one that I was told as a child, that of the great Drake. It's said that a fiery dragon lives down at the bottom of that mountain, if you would to believe it.
I knew it. No, I had a sneaking suspicion.
Oh.
Pardon my excitement. I just, as a mystic who has come to learn the name of fire, I have to admit it ignites something within me to know that I could face something like that.
Yes, but it is always said that the drake slumbers beneath that mountain. Some say that as long as it slumbers, the world is safe. I don't know if what you're seeking brings you to such thing, but I would err caution to, as much as that sounds excitement, one for tales and songs, the risk as well. But those mountains outside of that have always been home to mystics who have found safe haven there to expend their knowledge, so I've heard. So it is always a place of secrets as well as danger.
Secrets is what I'm in the market for, and I hope that I find them. I don't suspect I'll be in Myth very long as we seek to find a roamer who can help us get to the mountain safely and traverse it.
She nods her head. Perhaps there's actually one thing you might want to consider doing before you leave, and they're gonna go through their pockets. They're gonna pull a letter. This was requested of you shortly after your departure to Sonder, but I was entrusted to get this to you.
From who?
It seems that you are requested by the Stargazer.
Probably to yell at me for simply raising a fuss about my quest. Do you really think it's wise that I speak to them before I leave?
I think it would probably be worthwhile. You know, as far as I know, the Stargazer sees things that we don't. Perhaps it's a good omen.
Perhaps. And Ashwyn's demeanor is changing from kind of plucky youth to smoldering anger. And he says, the Stargazer also chooses to ignore things when they're quite plainly obvious to everyone else. But I'll take your advice into counsel, and perhaps with my cadre I'll feel brave enough to speak to them. And I'll take the letter and put it behind my poncho.
Oh, well, if I don't see you before you travel, hopefully the mountain will give you what you're looking for.
I have a good feeling about this, Sir Sifa. And I hope that our time apart finds you well.
Excellent. You can stay there as long as you wish, Ashwyn, but Sifa's going to return back to her battle against ducks and swans in this pond. But will you seek out the Stargazer?
I don't know if I want to do it alone.
Okay.
But before I leave, I'll turn around and I'll see Sifa still just kind of at the pond, and I'll whisper the word of water and create a very small wave that splashes onto the shore and gets their boots wet. And before they can yell at me, I'll run away.
You swear you can hear just the slight yell after you, Ashwyn, but you can run off. You guys said oh, I'm sorry.
As I'm walking back to where I know I'm supposed to meet the rest of the cadre, I look up at the Stargazer's tower and just kind of contemplate what I should do. But I'll meet with my cadre first.
Beautiful. You guys set time to come together once your initial business was done in the city, but you guys will find your way here. It's pushing towards the later parts of the day by the time you get that, given when you rode in. But you're all at least together now.
Hello, friends. I hope it was productive with the Queen.
I think so.
Yes, I suppose.
It went it went well, and the objective is cleared. That's the best way I can say it.
Our work with the crown has ceased to be. Not for any negative feelings, as far as I could understand, but this is as far as our circle of influence goes.
Well, I think we can count it as a blessing now that the court's eye is not on us. We're free agents to do what we wish.
Yes, but I used to interview kings, Ashwyn. And now I can't even find out what the fuck the crown is up to.
Mr. Odera, don't let your ego get in the way of destiny. And I'll gesture to the west towards the mountains.
My ego's the only reason I got the invite, young boy. But yes, I happen to be in agreement that you have the right direction in mind, and that means we have to jump down the pit of a volcano. Sure.
Well,
let's do it.
Well, how about first things first, we get this one a drink? Would that make you feel better? Because we have to meet someone anyways. But we get you a drink.
Speaking of invite, I received a letter. The Stargazer, the lead mystic, he wishes to speak with me, and while I would be willing to go alone, I don't know, I would feel more confident if the three of you came with me.
You have to go. Yeah, I'll come by and yes, we're going.
Of course.
It doesn't have to be immediate if we think that a drink will loosen our...
Go now? Is that what you're asking? Go now?
Honestly, I'd like to get it over with as soon as possible, but it doesn't have to be immediate.
Is this someone you think has honest intentions? We're just coming along with you. We're not backup.
Right. Oh,
You're
yes.
backup, because I don't think the Stargazer does have the best intentions. They're, well, as their name implies, they stare longer at the stars than they do at myth. I don't think they have the best intentions. They're the ones that have denied me the permission to build a cadre and to head to Cartographer's Mound.
But they're also beings of prophecy, and we have been receiving them left and right. We need every hint we can get as to what it is we have to do to meet this thing head on. If it means talking to some crotchety old wizards, I think you owe it to yourself. Plus, look at this, Ashwyn. You were just telling me about ego. You have done something so grand that the most important people of your organization have asked for a private meeting.
We will see. I think it's going to be more of a talking to than a recognition.
Often they are the same thing when it comes to stuffy people in power.
Besides,
Ashwyn
if anything,
smiles.
I can, in anything, I can give a character about whatever that can hold.
Yeah,
So,
and if anything, we can just start shooting. It seems to work for us quite
we
a
won't
bit.
do that. We won't do that. We're not going to do that.
Thank you.
We
Please. As much as I dislike the authority, I don't need to have their blood on my hands.
I suppose they just burn us
You
all
need to
alive like
minimize-
you.
You need to minimize all the blood that goes from those hands, all right? What we talked about. Don't encourage anything, Cecil. Sorry.
Oh, if they need a burn them, Ashwyn. The world needs it.
Get it out now, Mr. Odera, while we walk
right.
towards the tower.
Okay.
And I will lead them to the Stargazer's tower.
You know, I got a funny story about a stargazer, and the whole time he tells a very awful, lurid rumor, just rumor after rumor of what stargazers have gotten up to for the last 90 years. Spins it like a Catholic priest. I just don't trust
podcast.
them. What do they keep under those robes? I don't know.
That's why I wear a poncho. It's easy to see.
It's often very little can confirm.
You guys make
Yes.
You guys make your way back, Ashwyn, to where you just were, but move towards the tower of the Stargazer. For those who have been around mystics, certainly ones who amass great power, instead of being rogue mages who traverse across the barren wastes, find settlement in these such towers. You know, off in the distance there are other towers that stretch 5 strong across the waste of wizards that live far beyond the city of mist. But the Stargazer has found refuge and home here in our city. You walk in and led to the highest point of this tower, in which the room and office of the Stargazer is, and led by you, actually, Ashwyn, you would know, there is the Stargazer has an apprentice, and usually when one visits the Stargazer's tower, they are met by an individual by the name of Bright Moon, a very young individual, one that has been known to also invoke the words of prophecy, one that knows the names of starlight and gravity, but you are not met with such person. It does not seem Bright Moon is here, led by another apprentice in their stead, leads you to the Stargazer's room. And when you do and enter in here, you'll see this observatorium in some way, this giant kind of rotunda that kind of breaks open so that one can look and gaze at the stars in the sky. You see shelves upon shelves of books and tomes older and more ancient than you have been, scrolls about everywhere, a place that is well lived in by somebody who spends a great deal of time here. Even in the pile of what looks to be dishes and cups and stuff off to the side, definitely gives the impression of one that shuts themselves in from the rest of the world and just spends their entire existence looking at the stars. And you will see that person with their gaze up into the sky, even though there are no stars to see, just the late afternoon sun that finds its way cascading in here and gives a gentle glow. A person older than time, with their white hair that lingers to about the shoulders, wrinkled individual, one that wears the weather of age on their face and does not seem to mind it. But their eyes just wide in look, back turned to you, and still just eyes up as you guys kind of fill the space here. And you'll hear this.
Ashwyn walks forward, and the other three members of his cadre will tell that there's a tenseness about him, but he bows his head respectfully and says, "Great Stargazer, it is I, Ashwyn, the Tide's Rage. I've come to answer your call, the letter that you've sent for me."
Ashwyn, he says very simply. And it is the first time in months that you've seen the Stargazer. Your petitions have always been met with an empty chair. And this is the first time you've even heard a voice come from such a person who's supposed to be leading the Mystic Order here in the city, who's supposed to be a guidance, who's supposed to, in your opinion, be addressing such ill will that seems to befall in words of prophecy that he is oh so familiar with. And they follow up that the mentioning of your name as it lingers for just a moment. It's good to see you. And that's when he finally turns around, almost disregarding their absence here. How have you been?
I have been quite busy, seeking out answers to the problems of our world, as I promised I would in the several council meetings I requested where you were not present.
And have you found your answers?
As a matter of fact, I believe I do have some leads, thanks to my cadre here, and I'll gesture towards the three allies. With me is Sir Rose, Mr. Odera, and Cloudburst. They assisted me in heading to Sonder, and after that, eventually speaking with a road mage named the Pet Keeper, Lolwick. You might be familiar with them. Mm-hmm. Lolwick mentioned that there was a great power in the West that I believe that I'm going to follow up on, regardless of the Council's permission, as this cadre has volunteered to assist me. And I'm like kind of defiantly holding my chin up, waiting for, him to shoot it down.
You keep your chin held high, this passionate plea once again to the one person that you have yet to be able to really make this petition for time and time again. And you find the Stargazer just staring at you, and that silence kind of fill the spaces.
I'll look to my allies, like after a moment of awkwardness, and then back to the Stargazer.
I would be very cautious to always heed the words of mages of the road. You know yourself that the road is wide and treacherous, and one can come to find belief anywhere, even in the heat and in the wind. But I think that perhaps you might find blessing in your ventures forward. Would you like that, Ashwyn?
His body shifts as if, something that has been denied of him time and time again is just offered up in such a gingerly fashion, and he's not really sure how to respond. But of course, sir, it has been my only desire to have the support of the council as I attempt to find a way to save this world.
He pauses as you kind of put that in. Your blessing to the Cartographer's Mount is not one in pursuit of your higher knowledge, but one in pursuit of something that should return back to the city. Something that has come to my attention and a concern that I think is far more important than your personal needs.
If I may, sir, my personal needs really have nothing to do with this. My interest is only in finding a power that can save myth. If you know of something there, ask it of me, and I will do as you say. I will happily bring it back.
I need you to bring back Bright Moon.
Bright Moon, your assistant, your apprentice.
She has found herself in a situation most troublesome, and where she has gone surely will get her killed, and we cannot have that. So I need you to bring her back.
I will ignore the fact that Bright Moon is allowed to travel to Cartographer's Mount, and yet I was denied, but yes, I would happily do that for you. If Bright Moon is in danger, my cadre and I will seek them out and make sure they are safe. Correct? And I'll turn to the others to make sure that they're okay with this.
Absolutely.
Yes,
you have our
and
word.
I put my shoulders on Ashwyn's, or my hands on Ashwyn's shoulders to stop him from shaking. Just absolutely.
So Rose kind of covered their hand when you were like going off on like they got to go, not me. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine.
Sir Rose, was it?
Yes, sir.
I've heard of you. The Battle of the Violet Fields, you were the one who faced Strongpaw, no?
Yes, that was me.
Do you know the one amongst you? Sir Eli?
I know of.
What do you know of him?
That is different points of view, but he's a knight for a reason, and he is good at what he does.
Then I'm interested in wondering why Sir Eli was given such a hasty task to the Cartographer's Mount.
Sir Eli was sent to the Cartographer's Mount?
So I've seen.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
Well, that's news to me. I can't, unfortunately, I can't speak on that behalf, but that is all I can say. That is news to me. Yes.
Do you have knowledge of who sent him?
That I do not know. All I've seen is that they have been sent to find the bowels of the mountain and what is down there.
How long ago was that?
I saw it 2 days ago.
the stars.
Well, they have quite a lead on us then. And every second that we waste, Bright Moon could be in even more danger. I will head off immediately once we've made preparations. Stargazer, one last bit of advice. You will recall my story. I met the living saint, the keeper of scrolls on the road. They taught me many things. They were much like a road mage. Sometimes staring at the stars only gets you so much information. You must connect with the earth, with the grounds around you, to truly know the whole story. And I pray that your wisdom shows you that.
Stargazer looks at you and just very plainly say, "You have wished to take action against things that will fall inevitably. I wonder what you will actually do when you are confronted with such doom."
I will be brave, and I will fight back with all of my rage. That is what I will do. And then, as
they
if
say nothing more to they say nothing more to you.
Yeah, I deflate after saying that, as if I don't even completely believe it, but I said it in defiance anyway. And then I'll give a respectful bow and turn to the others and say, I think we finished our business here.
One last thing really quick. Was Bright Moon going with Sir Eli? Were they in the same cadre?
It would seem so.
Interesting.
They have cadred before, and it seems that he called upon Bright Moon, amongst others, who are following a perilous path.
Wow. Okay. Good to know.
I'll lead the group out.
Thank you for your
And
time.
Stargazer will turn their back to you, return to looking at the sky that'll eventually turn into stars, and leaves you guys alone. The other additional assistant will lead you guys back down the tower until you're back out to the streets here in the city.
I'll turn to the others and say, now you understand my frustration with our leaders.
Yeah. All of y'all's bosses suck. You gotta go freelance. Cannot emphasize that enough.
Hammer, but he's just tough.
Fortunately, I think that's what we're doing now. Let's take our time to find this roamer that we need and make our way.
I can't believe they put Sir Eli on this.
Forgive me, I don't
Makes
exactly
sense.
know everything about Sir Eli. What is the surprise?
I mean, he's not much older than you are.
No.
He's all caught up in the hero of it all, chivalry of it all.
He's a very good dueler, I can say that.
He's a
Bit of a
guard
zealot.
dog. You point where to bite and he'll bite. He listens to any order you give without so much as a consideration. Where are they sending him?
It appears that someone knows as much as we do regarding the West, and perhaps they're after the same thing that we are.
And they got a 2-day head start, so. Now my question to you all is, how fast do you all want to move?
As fast as we can find this roamer.
Yeah, Caldwin is an essentiality to this. We need to get him tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see why we can't leave tomorrow. We visit tonight, get all our affairs in order, and
First light tomorrow, get out. All right.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. In the meantime, I was gonna say, shall we go collect our roamer really quick? Get that done, or
Yeah, let's go pick up Coldwin. I'm sure he's in a gambling hall somewhere.
Mr. Odera, lead the way.
Absolutely. And I will walk through the city to the place I know Coldwin plays cards and bets the most.
Hell yeah. We head down to the Blue District, down to the gambling dens that are nestled amongst all of those blue painted buildings and tapestry. It's down alleyways where there are stepways that lead to basements deep, where you walk in and they're quite smoky. You can hear the quiet chattering, the rolling of dice, the shuffling of cards, the pouring of liquor, and the shifting eyes of people seeing new faces mixed in with the crowds here. There are people lingering around tables trying to see what the action's kind of like, and the sweat of people who are running hands that are not so fortunate. But you, Cecil, will see amongst all of them the cutting laughter that comes from Calwyn. It's boisterous, and it rattles through the quiet silence, especially after a successful dice roll where you watch him just slowly rake coins over to his person. He's a paunchy guy. Definitely built for mountain life. He's got that gruffness on the shoulder, a no-nonsense kind of look, though playful in the way that he just kind of cackles and laughs and kind of slaps the guy next to him who's got a pout on his face after losing with him. He grabs with his very thick hand the pint of ale that he has next to him, and he just starts shoving it back. That bouts of beer just kind of spilling onto his shirt, and he doesn't pay no mind to it. Shaven head, but he's got a beard going on, and the hat that he usually wears all dusty and patched up sitting right next to him. After he kind of like wipes the beer off of his face, he claps his hands together and looks to see if there's anybody who would like to play again. Please sit down.
Coldwin, I swear that's maybe about half the money you owe me, huh?
Odera, you know I don't owe you a coin at all, my friend.
All debts are paid away in good company, I suppose.
I suppose if the company is good. That depends on how you're on the right side of that flightiness of yours.
Oh, I don't know. The last time we were together, you couldn't remember what we did. I'd say that's a pretty good night.
Well, I said that depends on how good that alcohol you brought around was. Perhaps you have some with you?
I'm sure that we could arrange as such, but first I'd like to introduce you to some friends. You already know Sir Rose, I'm sure.
That's familiar.
That's Ashwyn. He's new around town, but God, don't fuck with him.
I'll bow and then kind of look at Cecil when he says that.
And then this is Cloudburst. You know him, but you never know that you do.
Indeed.
These are all my good friends, Calwyn. I'd like you to treat them with some respect.
Oh, well, I could try.
Good to hear it. Listen, let me buy you a drink first, but I got something for you.
All right.
And Odera will go and buy the most expensive, hard-hitting, smells like piss, almost like moonshine quality jugs for everyone within the group. And as he...
Oops, sorry.
Go ahead.
While you're getting those drinks, Caldwin looks at all of you. So you're with the songbird.
Quite probably. He's gotten us out of many a pickle. In fact, the last time we were playing cards, I set a man on fire, and then he was able to help us get out of that.
Shit, you just out there just talking about setting a man ablaze just so casually.
He's a young one. He's that. That's why we're like, we keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't.
Part of the osmosis of being around Cecil is speaking in great sweeping metaphor.
Yes.
Metaphor, yes.
Metaphor.
Wow.
Just say, Ashwyn, take a seat. Don't burn it.
Yeah, I think Cecil, before Calvin says anything else to add to it, it seemed like he had something on his mind to say. You just come in with all those drinks.
Yeah, I hand one to Ashwyn and I whisper into his ear. I say, "You gotta drink this one. If you don't, it's off. Listen, you're gonna go blind for maybe about a quarter of a second. That's part of the process."
He'll look down at the mug and then, sweat forming on his brow.
So, Baldwin, you met my beautiful friends. I'm sure that they've regaled you in some of our recent exploits. Would you like to get down to business now, or would you like to see if we can outdrink you?
Well, if I hear your business, will you keep my cup full? Because we don't have to. Oh, well, then we don't need to be. Surely we don't need to be wasting the time dick measuring about who's gonna outdrink who. We already know the answer to that. So why don't we just get down to the business, and then we just keep the drinks, keeping us all nice and loose and open to hearing proposition.
Baldwin, I will keep you in pearls should you stick around long enough. We are about to make an expedition to a place that not many people have an understanding of, but only one person has a true expert's eye on the topography of the local environs. We would like to take you on a little mosey through the woods, maybe up a mountain, to Cartographer's Mountain.
He takes a swig when you mention that. What could you city folk possibly need up in that Mona?
Call it vacation. Ashwyn, do you want to elaborate?
We're looking for a cave, one that is near the Cartographer's Mountain. There is supposedly some kind of source of power there that we're looking for. It's going to help the City of Myth. Surely you want to help the City of Myth.
Keep drinking, Ashwyn.
Right.
Listen, Caldwin, you have an understanding of what's going around on the wind. People are scared. You're speaking to a lot of the fear of the world. And you and I both know that when people are just scared, there's a lot of money to be made. And even more so, a name to be made. A lot of people know you. I know you, that's important. Not a lot of people have an understanding of you like this would make for you. I just need you to find some fire in that mountain. And maybe you come back down a lot more than you went up.
I was raised in those mountains. I've heard my mother over time and time again say that while we're people of the mountain, you shouldn't be going looking for things up in there. There are things older, far scarier than you even realize. Songs and stories, well forgotten, only left by the whispers of people who roam up there. I know about your caves that you're looking for. I know about the fire in the belly down there. How much money you reckon you're gonna add to my pockets to make it worth my time? Such a foolish mission.
I have the support of the Order of Mystics. and their coffers are quite substantial. I can offer you a substantial amount now, and make a promise that you don't have to stick your neck in any place dangerous that you don't want to. You simply have to lead us there.
Something else besides gold that you also may be interested in? That maybe that can sweeten the pot a little bit.
I would say there's a lot more to score than gold in these mountains, as I'm sure you know. Gold is the most reduced form of what's valuable, really. There's information, there's presence, there's reputation.
He's gonna point at you, Rose. You liked the court?
It's part of the job.
So that means you can petition stuff at court, right?
I can.
You're right, there's some stuff about that I like more than gold. And perhaps a little bit more on the sentimental type, but...
and what might that be, actually?
People.
Interesting.
There
What
are
kind of
people up in the mountain. Not people.
Okay.
Up in the mountains. Could use a little bit of aid. Winter's coming and all soon. Gets scarce up in there. Would be nice for maybe a little help from the crown to get us through the winter.
Honestly, that I can do. I can actually... I can provide some aid. Medical, food supplies. Now, is there other supplies that's of the protection, defending variety?
No, we can handle that kind of stuff. It's more
Okay.
about the medical, food supply, whatever this crown could scrap up. Apparently it's hard to come by aid from such a magnificent city as this. Seems like no town gets help from the crown these days, so...
Well, we're trying to change that. The people in Sonder needed help, and we helped them. A roamer out there in the desert needed help, and we helped them. We're in the business.
All right. Well, if you're in the business. So coin and supply for a little guiding around the Cartographer's mountain.
Do we have a deal?
Sure, why not?
All right.
We ride out
Especially if
tomorrow, if that's good for you.
Just ride it out tomorrow anyways, so look at that. It all works out. It's like it was planned.
Well, I want to get a start on my end of the bargain, so if y'all excuse me, I got some supplies to go round up. And so Rose is gonna get up and just know for the rest of leave my objective. She's going to, if anything, going to grab a lot of winter supplies like cloaks, ponchos, blankets, but simple like antiseptics, medicines, and any all of that, and put it in like a trunk, so almost like a caravan of worthy supplies to do that. And maybe a little extra, because Sir Rose will use the name of the crown to make sure that people get taken care of.
When Sir Rose leaves, and while you set the intentions to get those supplies, we'll talk about that in a minute. Calvin looks to all of you. I know you were a part of court, but keeping the crown very close to your vest, Odera.
Listen, these are strange times. I was a little closer with the king than I am this court, but Caldwin, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm scared. I think it's true this time. And I'm just trying to do everything I can to make sure we're ready when it happens. It means you too. This comes to pass, that mountain will be a lot safer for you and your people, but won't guarantee that what's coming ain't coming.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Odera. I don't have to worry like you. This is only coming here from myth. I don't gotta be here when the doom comes. I just gotta be right outside, watching the city burn whenever it does. You're the only one who's gotta sweat about it.
I hope for you, buddy, that's true. I hope that whatever prophecy spoke this into existence didn't have you in mind. I hope that for all of us. But I have to look at life how it is and realize that this could be the end of all things, not just myth.
Mr. Odera, speaking of seeing, I think the blindness is starting to set in, and I'm reaching for...
Christ, kid. Blink, blink!
Oh, there we go again.
Get some water. Get some waters, buddy.
Well, this sure is going to be one eventful ride out to the mountains. Coward just laughs, sits back, and takes a sip of his drink. And while Rose, you go set out to try to attempt to get some supplies per the promise of your end for the people who live in the Cartographer's Mountain, rather west of you. Enjoy your night hanging out with Ashwyn. Perfect time to take a step away from this story. We'll look to heading west of the mountains soon. Next time, after you guys get the things you need here in the city before you part ways in that direction. But we'll call it for now.
Hell yeah.
Woo!
Sweet. Beautiful.
Awesome.
Good
Thank you guys so
session.
much.
Rockin' sesh, guys. It only gets better.
Only gets better. Well, thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you all very soon.
Love y'all. Have a good
Bye, guys.
weekend.